Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I am here with a new pattern release for you. Okay, it's Friday, which normally means Future Friday pattern for Love Notions. However, today is actually the last day of the Love Notions winter sale. So you use my code Whitney35, you can get 35% off everything, classes, patterns, except for the newest pattern, which is the Pianoforte Pinafore. They always exclude the newest pattern there on these sales. And then obviously today's the pattern release for the Evanston Vest, and this isn't included in the sale either. However, this is on release sale. So anyway, great time to stock up on some like easy patterns, such as the Barrington boxy tee. I love this thing. Or maybe a little bit more complicated, some things you want to dig your teeth into, such as the Largo cargos, which I also have on right now. Just some really great patterns. And if you have had your eye on a few, it's a great time to buy them, as everything is 35% off. And again, the classes are as well. So if you want a little bit of hand holding with some of their more intricate patterns, they've got all of that over there for you as well. So sale ends tonight, so you would definitely want to make sure you go and shop that while it's still going on. Okay, let's talk about the newest pattern. This is the Evanston Vest. And I was so excited when she said that she was going to be releasing a vest pattern. Number one, vests are everywhere. And Jenny specifically, but Jenny and I both have pinned so many different vests onto our boards of things that we want to recreate and all that kind of stuff. And specifically like oversized vests just like this, especially Jenny, have been pinning. So when they released, we're getting ready to release this pattern, and you know, they were doing the tester. I wasn't a tester, I just have access to the patterns to make them up for release. When they had releases, I told Jenny, I was like, okay, here are the options. What do you want to do? And she immediately sent me quite a few pins over, and we decided on that this anthropology vest was absolutely what she wanted to recreate. And I think we got really, really close with the Evanston. So let's talk about the pattern just a little bit. Again, it is a vest pattern, so it's meant to be layered over things, and it's kind of an off-the-shoulder look. So it's meant to be a little bit oversized, which is very on trend right now, very in, and loose, so not fitted. It's meant to be something that's meant to be worn oversized. And it's got a few different options. So it's got more of a cropped length that has a headband that for the regular vest you can omit, or you can add or omit kind of type thing. It's got a kind of a cardigan option for both lengths, both the cropped and the long. That's more of a v-neck. And then for the regular pullover, it's got a v-neck option that's really cool, a scoop neck option, and then a cowl neck option. And then you can do those in the cropped length or more of a tunic length. And the tunic length has these optional side slits. So, so that's kind of everything that is included in the pattern. It's a lot. Again, I feel like all of Notion's patterns are such good like bang for your buck, because they are, you get a lot of variations with all the patterns for a great price. So anyway, I sent her that over. I was like, okay, what are we doing? Oh, there's also optional pockets on the pattern. And she's like, well, I really want to recreate this look. Now, she'll probably always wear it as a vest, even though I did make these functional. I made the buttonholes functional. She probably won't wear it as a cardigan open, although there were quite a few testers that were wearing this version open as like a cardigan, and it's very cute. Like a great little layering piece for the winter. Make it in like, yeah, one tester had made it in like an animal print. She had it on an all black outfit with this animal print, so it was just a nice little pizzazz to the like her office outfit. Really, really cute. But she'll probably always wear this buttoned up, just kind of a nice feature with the buttons and then that deep neckline. Anyway, so we knew that we wanted to do longer. We wanted it longer than the cropped length, but we didn't want it as long as the tunic. So I made the tunic length, and then we tried it on her, and just, I think we shortened the tunic length 3.5 inches because I did an inch hem. Now, the cardigan version, so the button front version, is meant to be made always with the hemband. I didn't want the hemband because I wanted the side slits, because I was trying to copy the pattern. So what I did was, so I've deviated a little bit. This pattern's super easy. So what I did was, again, we cut out the tunic length. I marked where the side slit was going to go on the original one. And I sewed down to that and then just left it open under. I ended up backing off that a little bit because we cut off enough that I wanted a little bit of a, slit without, I wanted something there. So anyway, I did end up backing off that a little bit. But again, made the tunic length. Then we cut it off where she wanted it, keeping in mind I wanted a 1-inch hem. Made up the vest, put the armbands in, did my side slit, and then I hemmed it up the 1-inch all the way around. I used my double-sided hem tape, which works great, the 1-inch from Sokeezy. And yeah, got that all nice and pressed. I think it looks so good, like so professional. We'll talk about fabric here in a second. Did the little side slits here. And then once I had done that, I interfaced my neckband here up to about this point because I was going to put buttons and buttonholes on there and I wanted a little bit of interfacing. But then I sewed the ends of my bands together so that it finished off the end of this continuous band. And then I sewed it onto the front, turned it inside. So I finished off the serging here at the hem by just tying it off and then tucking all of those serger tails back up into the serging. And then I top stitched all the way along to secure it, but also to make that lie nice and flat. I think that looks really good, just with my regular sewing machine. So I did use the serger, but the only parts that are held together with just the serger are the shoulder seams and the neckband and the armbands. I went back and top stitched with my Bernina with the regular machine with a, well, I had the not the differential feed, the dual, the dual feed foot on, which is kind of like a walking foot, and the ballpoint needle, and I went to a 3-stitch length. I serged the side seams separately, but I needed to be able to press those open because for the slit. So I serged them just to finish them off. You don't really need to if you're using knit. But then I sewed my side seams with the regular sewing machine. And I just used a regular stitch because this doesn't need to stretch this way. So I won't be popping stitches. Same with the hemming. All of this is oversized, so it's not going to be stretching. So I really didn't need to worry about popping stitches. And then I put in buttonholes here. I did a knit buttonhole. Which was all on my machine, just an option of a buttonhole, and these nice big horn buttons that I think look really good there. Okay, very easy pattern to make. It sews up so incredibly quickly. A great little palette cleanser. Now let's talk about fabric a little bit, because I saw testers using all sorts of stuff, French terries and pontes and cotton spandex for neckbands and everything. A lot of really, really great options. My preference for this type of pattern is a knit that has some body, some stability, so that you can see that it's oversized. Obviously, if you're wanting more of a vest that's a little bit drapier and that sort of thing, you want to use something with a little bit of drape, like a French terry that's got some rayon in it or something. But I wanted to really lean into that oversized look. I used a wool, and there has to be some spandex in there because it's got good recovery. But this is a wool knit that I got from a viewer that sent me. She, I think, had her colors done and had a whole bunch of this wool knit that just wasn't in her color palette. And so she sent me this colorway and then a couple of camels and like a dark brown, which is very, very kind. And anyway, so we had just enough of this one for this vest, which worked out really well. And it's adjacent to Jenny's color palette. It's close. It's very muted, and it is a cool tan. So we thought that this would be look really good with all of her other colors that she has going on in her wardrobe. So yes, this was my preference for this pattern, was to use something with a little bit more body, like a wool knit. I feel like a ponte knit would also be really, really good as well. The higher your rayon content in a ponte, the more drape it's going to have. So just keeping that in mind on how structured you want it versus if you want it to have a little bit of drape. I mean, most ponte is pretty structured, but it will have much more drape the higher the rayon or viscose content is. So keep that in mind. But I think that it makes a really, really great option. Also, cotton interlock would make a really great option if you wanted more body and stability, so that it really shows off that oversized look. Sweater knits would be beautiful in this, depending again on the look that you're wanting to go for. Like I mentioned, there were testers that used cotton spandex for the neckbands and, the armbands, neckbands, or the front band, just so it hugs the body a little bit better. But that, which I think is a great option. Just, you know, if your fabric doesn't have a lot of recovery. In fact, I was worried this wouldn't, but because I think there is some spandex in there because it does have some really good recovery. It doesn't have a ton of stretch, but it's got enough for some good recovery that it worked great for the armbands. Keeping in mind, this is meant to kind of pop out like this because it's oversized. It comes off the body. So that's supposed to be kind of a distinguishing feature of the pattern, are kind of these oversized armholes. Not oversized, because they're not like super deep. They don't, I mean, Jenny could wear this, I feel like, without a shirt on underneath it if she wanted to, and it would be fine. But anyway, that is kind of the nature of this. So absolutely over the moon with the newest vest. She is thrilled, which makes me thrilled. I'm going to need one now in my wardrobe, so I need to decide which one I'm going to pick. But again, we had penned so many different vests that were crew neck, and I think she was kind of looking at those as maybe knitting one, but I'm like, this is so much quicker. We've got the fabric, so went ahead and sewed one up, and it's ticking all the boxes. So she's very excited about her layering piece to have this in her wardrobe. And again, it's a really quick and easy pattern to sew up. Perfect for this time of year as far as layering pieces are concerned, but also just if you want like a little palette cleanser, something easy. So whether you're sewing it up on your sewing machine or on your serger, you are set and ready to go. And as a reminder, if you have not sewn with knits before and you're a little nervous about it, I have some great free resources. I have, even if you have been sewing knits forever, there's some really good tips and tricks over there. It's a free ebook and it's over on the site, and I will link it down below on sewing with knits. And then we also have our knit sewing essentials class. So if you've never sewn with knits, or maybe you're just curious how I do it, it's all about sewing with knits. We go through making t-shirts, but it's all applicable. Everything we cover is applicable to doing something like this as well. So anyway, those are two things that we've got over on the website if you are interested, and I will link them both down below. Okay, I think that's all I've got. Don't forget to shop that sale if you are interested in any of the Love Notions patterns. Again, the sale is 30% off with the code that they provide, but if you want 35% off, you're going to want to use my code Whitney35. All right, that's all I have for today. I hope you're getting some sewing in, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.